matchup for you here between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in New Orleans to complete the season sweep.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Brissett. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. We're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him off the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Brissett sets to throw it. His throw incomplete.
I don't think either one of us is surprised by who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Moore, the man in motion. On 3rd down, Brissett.
And he'll let this go deep for Bourne.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. 3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7.
You see that celebration from him after that stop? Those corners don't normally have the chance to get behind the line of scrimmage and hand them big losses. So when he got that opportunity, he certainly made it a memorable one.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Brissett. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge for the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And he returns this to the 22. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at their own 22. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Panthers, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Winston. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And now that'll kick out of bounds, and this is going to be spotted back at their own 30. Oh, man. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They find some open field here. And they do finally get him at the 12.
59 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off a big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Moore, the man in motion. To throw is Brissett. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
Well, the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That 1st down run could not have turned out worse for a defense, because when they came out on the field, their number 1 mission, keep them stacked up close to their goal line, and at worst, create great field position for their offense.
Touchdown, New Orleans! Nick Chubb,
his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Saints are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. receivers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
He's got a man complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Out of the gun, Brissett.
This one swung out to Montgomery. He's got room past the 30
and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Brissett. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop it for a loss of 4.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Brissett. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. Touchdown! DJ Moore, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Panthers have regained the lead. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to bring out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And this will wind up a Saints first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. The Saints in a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. The Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one. You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Winston. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 32-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9.
On 2nd and a yard, Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
It's a loss of 8 there on the first down play.
You want to talk about the proverbial deer in the headlights? That's exactly what he was when he got the ball. Went to hit a lane and get upfield, and all he saw, extra defenders bearing down on him. Perfect time to dial up the blitz. An excellent call.
Catch here, left side, Thomas. And that's good for a gain of 6, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. See what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Brissett from the gun on 3rd. And he finds Montgomery complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On the bootleg, it's Brissett. He gets it to Thomas. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Alworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Brissett now. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Brissett on first down. Thomas has got it, complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They'll try to run wide side with Montgomery. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on third. To throw, Brissett. Open man is Bull. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop it well short.
Brissett trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take over here up near the 40. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down, creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Play fake. Winston. Rolling to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say, we'll see what happens. So on 4th down here, Mike Tomlin says, let's just get 3. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And his kick is indeed good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll throw now on the final play. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said,
and that's caught inside the 35.
That's good.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Chubb on the counter. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 2nd and 12, Winston. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Montgomery on the counter. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Throwing, Brissett. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Now Brissett. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Marcus Davenport able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, apply.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They begin this drive with Chubb.
Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw, Winston. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Fielded at the 43. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a give running right is Montgomery. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13.
Here's Brissett. That's caught by Montgomery. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll go down as just a 20-yard run. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, New Orleans. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints have moved down in front. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and, oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Montgomery hit and the ball is loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Throwing, Winston. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
And this one is right through. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10.
So the fumble recovery haven't set up an ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Brissett. That pass complete to Moore. 4 yards the pickup, first down. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over-pursuing, and making a very nice play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Brissett sets to throw it. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 9 yards that time.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. On 1st and 10, Brissett. This one swung out to Montgomery. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brissett caught by Montgomery. Touchdown, Panthers. David Montgomery, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Panthers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And some room to run now. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 243 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They run it again with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 37. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
30-yard line.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Third and short yardage. Winston. Room here to run. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you wanted to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape for the 1st and goal.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They'll try again with Chubb. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Chubb is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown. That's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Brissett. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Brissett to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. They go up the middle with Chubb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. They'll give it to Chubb. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And they've got to feel good about it.